Hello everyone, welcome in. So sorry again for starting late. There was a slight disaster in the kitchen before we started, which I will get to. But welcome into Rai, Sam, Ezzy, who else? Sam, Granny. Welcome everyone in. Thank you for sticking around. Happy Tuesday. Hope your week has been going good so far. Yeah, so about the dinner thing. So basically my dad was cooking dinner today. And in our household, we usually have like a collection of sauces and stuff next to our stove, like soya sauces and things. And then with Chinese style cooking, you usually use a starch a lot. So cornstarch, potato starch, any sort of starch basically. And there's usually a container there. But for some reason, the container of starch turned into baking soda. So he was going to make a slurry to like finish off a black bean sauce or something he was making, and then it just foamed up and he just panicked. So we had to do a bit of troubleshooting, thankfully. And this actually ties so well with what we're doing today, which is building a city based on my trip to Taiwan. Is that I was making some like savory rice cake things that I've tried in Taiwan, just to put it in the fridge for snacks. And I had like extra meat sauce, so we just had it with that. So noodles, meat sauce, there was still food. So yeah, everything's fine. It's just that we started late. But yes, so how are we doing? Welcome back to the city that is Montai. Last time round, we were working on our little district center, and boy oh boy have there been many things done to this area since. Okay, so where shall we begin? I started off with tidying up a lot of the buildings and the pathways, so they are kind of more like finalized in terms of the actual shapes and stuff. You may also notice we actually have people walking around. I've turned some of these buildings into actual buildings, so people have moved in. There are actual like residents walking around. It's so cool to just see. And on top of all of these basic things, I did also go in and do some detailing. So I really love this street. So as we walk and stuff, there are shops that are running. And then there's like a little cliff side next to the residence here. And people actually walk into the shops and sit around as well. The table that they sit at keeps disappearing. But it's okay, we'll ignore that. But yeah, so like this is my favorite view so far of this entire area. Just seeing everyone walk around. And it feels nice and cozy and not too large scale as well. Are they paying rent? Are they paying rent? Well, it depends where they're living. Let's see. Henry, where do you stay? 11 Sycamore Lane. Oh, you stay right here. Okay. So they are paying a rent of $1 a month. How affordable? Where are the toilet seats? I don't know. Oh, also, like I found these bike props, so I decided to add some of them. Just because in Taiwan, oh my gosh, everywhere was full of motorbikes. I've never seen that like extent of motorbike use. It was to the point that sidewalks, pedestrian areas, there were just bikes everywhere. It was ridiculous. So this is just the start, to give the illusion of it, but there's supposed to be a lot more. And then where else did we? Yeah, so we like fine-tuned this. I added the car park over here, because I mentioned that on stream last time, and I was a bit like, I didn't really want to focus on building a car park on stream, because I feel like there are more interesting things to do, like what we're going to get to today. But yeah, so there's now a place for people to park before they kind of like walk around. Where else have I focused on? Building wise, oh yeah, and I added another car park here, because when everyone started moving in, they started parking along this road, which wasn't supposed to be like meant for parking. So just put that in so that we tidy things up. Hello Benny, welcome. Oh, congratulations for being first. How does he do it? How does he do it? Did the baking soda blow up the kitchen? It didn't, but it blew up the sauce that my dad was making for our noodles. So we had a replacement sauce. You love the motorbikes? I love it too, and like, I think as we keep going and we can add more detailing, I'm very mindful that I don't know how well this game handles excessive props yet. City Skylines is known for being a nightmare on most computers, so I should go to Bangkok. Motorbikes everywhere. I've not been to Bangkok, like Thailand I've not been. So if you're not familiar with, okay wait, very quickly before we get into the game, let's bring Good old, I have it ready today. Where is it? Which one? Chrome? No. No, that's our screen. Hold up. Window capture, live streaming, Chrome, this one. Okay. So, in case we're not familiar, Thailand's here. Singapore is here. Oh, you can't see anything. Hold up. Okay, Singapore's here. Thailand's here. Bangkok's here. I've been here, like Malaysia. Batam, which is Indonesia, it's here. I've not really been to the rest of Indonesia. And then I've been to Vietnam, both Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi. That's my extent of exploring like this region of the world, honestly. And like Taiwan, yes. And then I've been to some parts of Europe. I've been to New York. And then I've been to Melbourne and Perth. But Perth was so young that I don't remember any of it. So, oh, and apparently I've been to Korea as well, but I don't remember any of it as well. So, yeah, that's the extent of my travels in the area. So, I will have to see, Granny, like as to whether the whole motorbike thing is equal to or worse than Taiwan. Who told who what? Green Lantern, Benny's Green Lantern. Oh yeah, wait, no. You were Green Lantern. Officially from the Marvel universe, as we concluded the last time. Hello, Mr. Partner. You've been waiting to make me go to Thailand. Yes, I know. He wanted to visit. Do we know the Hippo Mudang? Yeah, he wanted to see it. Unfortunately, apparently you have to queue like 5 hours just to get there. And I mean like 5 hours to enter the zoo, by the way. And then you can only look at it for 5 minutes. So we will visit Mudang one day. For now, we have a plushie that represents our impending experience with the hippo. Does anyone not know who Mudang is, by the way? Do I need to actually show what it looks like? Okay, yeah. So let's get to what we're doing for today. Oh yes, no. Okay, exciting things. I forgot to mention this right before we start. So, from like a day after our stream, right, I came across this, which is graffiti decals, that you can actually apply. So this was made by someone, and I was just so blown away by the possibilities of actually placing down things like this because, basically, any picture can now be used as a wall mural or just used as a decorative feature anywhere that has a flat surface. So you can literally choose like this, or this, here, or inside. And that just opens up so many possibilities for what we can do, in particular with today's designs, right? And I was like, I really want to figure this out because it would be so cool if we can actually create our own murals and then like create all sorts of fun little inside jokes. So did a bit of digging around, and then we need a wall for this. Look what I came up with. Ta-da! 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 It's a lot bigger than I intended for it to be, but look at this! The Interpol has gotten in touch with the local police department, and we're now looking for Fletcher of unknown first name. She is a wanted criminal. Also, please ignore the fine print. This was just a Canva template. I didn't realize it said, like, it misgendered her, so... but yeah, so... Imagine the possibilities. I'm gonna shrink this poster down eventually, and then we can paste this somewhere in the city, just so that we can continue looking for Fletch. But yeah, so... It opens up so many options for what we can do. So basically, I kind of did some fiddling around, and here we go. So, remember I showed the whole... Ooh, I don't think I have it on screen today. But basically, I did up a whole kind of design file for like Montai Transit and the metro signs and things. So this is what we ended up having. I managed to custom create like a station sign that I can like change depending on the station name and the train lines that we do, as well as placing like an exit number thing, which is so cool. Like, I'm so excited by the fact that we can go to this level of detail with this city, and just play around with wayfinding signs and things. And it works like across different buildings as well. So it's literally just almost like a sticker that you can paste down anywhere. So for example, this same sign can be used as like a bus stop sign as well. And where else? I can't remember. Okay, signage wise, like for the transport things, there's that. And this is where it gets exciting for chat. I managed to create these things for like a store, custom storefronts as well. So again, like I need to adjust it because it's the wrong size. But imagine this. Imagine if everyone just wants to get their shop idea names in. So this is Dun Dun Dailies, which, oh, I didn't prepare it. Hold up. We need to Google it. So I don't know if everyone has Miniso in Australia. But let's hold up. Google off. Oh my gosh, let's just do display capture. Ta-da! Okay, so this is a chicken named Dun Dun. I have one, basically, and it's such a dumb, silly bird. I have this one, and then Mr. Partner has this one, like a banana one, and there's lots of different ones. Like they just came up with a new one that was, oh, do they have a picture of it? Tomato shaped and eggplant shape. I don't think they have any of it on Google yet. Let's see. Eggplant? Oh no, it's not supposed to... well, it's not this exact one, but basically, just like think of this chicken, but they adjusted it. So, yeah, named after that plushie. And what I'm thinking is that this could be almost like a 7-Eleven or Family Mart chain in our city. So we can put like Dun Dun Dailies everywhere. And I realized this as well, because I just was trying around with like a poster. So I wrote fresh from the flock, which makes it sound like it's a butcher instead. So we might have to workshop the slogan of the shop. But this is what I'm thinking we can do as well. It's like when we need shop names and things, or if anyone wants to suggest, I'm thinking maybe for members of our channel and things, maybe they can get a chance to like suggest names. Or whenever it makes sense, we can custom design things. We're gonna come up with one for Rye specifically, which is Rye's Pies, inspired by the, what was that game? Ravenous Devils? Well, like Sweeney Todd, but there's gonna be like a pie shop in between a barber and a florist. Not florist, a tailor. So, yeah, there's like all the possibilities. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be like interesting. So yeah, like a lot of this needs to be done off camera, because you need to reload the game just to get it into the game. But in between streams, what I'm thinking is that we can come up with all of these things, and then like in the subsequent stream we can just like show it being placed down, I guess. So yeah, lots of fun things that we've discovered. Today specifically, I want to focus on this area, which is going to be our first attempt at a creative, what did I call it? Culture and Creative Park, which is a feature that I came across a lot in Taiwan. So let's now bring back up the Earth of Google. You cry when you... oh yes, yeah. The poor thing. So we saw it once, I think, or in Batam. We were on holiday, and we have a quota for plushies because the poor man wants to just keep buying like plushies. I'm included in this thing. It's like both of us keep wanting to buy plushies. We just don't have space to keep storing them. My entire bed right now is full of it. So like we were like, no, it's fine. And yeah, I felt so bad that I went out of my way to have to find the banana one, which was only available in the UK. And then I had to ship it over. So yeah, that was fun. But okay. Creative and culture parks, let's look for it. So the first one that I kind of really want to base this off is the original one which we've mentioned on stream before. Where is it? I'm usually better at finding it. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay. So this was the first one I came across in Tainan. Unfortunately, Tainan doesn't have a 3D view. But we mentioned this before. This is where I met that like lady who sells wooden products made from Taiwanese trees. So in this entire area, there's the whole kind of like, there's so many, this sort of thing like murals, art, and then the whole area actually houses lots of independent shops. And I just find it so cool that this is how they make use of their kind of like dilapidated park area sort of things. So these were just like abandoned old buildings, and I think they turned it into this space. We don't really have like it to this extent in Singapore, because I really came across this everywhere. We have maybe like one lane that's like that, and I think in the future there will be more, but for now, it was so cool to see. Okay, that's not... Yeah, okay, so then this houses lots of random independent shops. So there's like woodworkers, there's chocolate shops, all sorts of things. It was so cool. And then on the weekends, they actually... Let's bring this one up. They sometimes invite people to like do performances. So I didn't capture this very well because, well, yeah, I was just not focusing clearly. Oh, it doesn't show. Hold up. Open with media player. It's like you're hearing that 3 times and you don't know actually what it is. Where is it? Oh my gosh, all of our windows are going crazy today. Media player, there we go. Okay, so this is an example. Oh, it's the wrong size, but it's okay. So this person mixed a Chinese instrument called a guzheng, which is like a, imagine it like a table shaped violin that you pluck. Table-shaped guitar, let's say. And then she mixes it with like modern music, which is kind of interesting. We have guzhengs in Singapore. In school, like it's one of the options for like clubs and societies that you can join. But they always make you do like traditional music. So when I saw her doing the modern music, I was like, oh, okay, interesting way of like adapting it to modern times. So there was that. And then yeah, okay, hold up. Dun Dun Daily's one-stop snack shop. More than just snacks though, it needs to have like everything. Their whole like convenience store situation in Taiwan's crazy. They have like 3 different Family Marts and 7-Eleven on the same street. Your town has lots of murals and street art. Oh, we used to have a big one of Steve Irwin. What happened to it? Culture? Yeah, no. I hope I don't get copyrighted strike for playing popular music. And then the other one that I randomly came across on this trip, where is it? Gonna take a while to find it. Okay, so it's in Taichung. And then I was just walking. It was one of my days where I was just like exploring the city by walking aimlessly. I love doing that when I travel. It's like I'll have one day where I have a general direction or thing that I know I want to see, and I will just walk towards it, but not actually know what's along the way. So that, like, it's almost like a surprise, whatever you find. And I think I've been able to do it because I've been traveling to cities that are relatively safe, I feel. I can't do that everywhere. But in Taiwan, it's the perfect thing to do. So, where is it? Fine Arts. Where is it? Fine Arts here. Okay, so right behind there, Fine Arts Museum, and this one's in 3D, so at least you get to join in. Here we go. So I was like walking through this museum, and then I end up... Oh yeah, here. So we have one of these linear parks again. And over here, this is one of those like cultural parks as well. So you can see, you can get a better sense of like how things are laid out this time. I don't know what these buildings used to be, but now they've been adapted to have like all sorts of shops. And then on the day I was there, they actually had like a lot of... Let's get the pictures open. They had like a market going on. And also near it, where is the other one? Also near the place, there is a painted animation lane, which honestly was a bit underwhelming in terms of scale, but like right behind this alleyway, right, in here, were some of... Sorry, there's a lot of explaining to do before we actually do any building today. And then, photos, does it show? No. Why? How did I show it the last time? Did I just like drag it onto Chrome? Let's see. Chrome. Okay. Let's do it one by one. Here we go. So, painted animation lane. So we have this. I'll zoom in. And they're all hand painted and so cool. And it's so random as well. There's just like bits of everything. There's this. And then, okay, this one's probably more familiar to everyone. Do we know who this is? Yes, it is Pikachu. And then this is the Care Bears, of course. You should recognize them by the shirt, specifically. I am, like, intentionally getting it all wrong, by the way, in case anyone's being like, that's not Care Bears. And then there's, like, Dragon Ball Z, there's Naruto. So quite interesting to see that there was just random street art like this. And along the way, what do we have? The market. I can show you the market, what it looks like. So this is what it looked like in person. the Creative Park market area. And here we go, like just another view. So on that day, I guess I was just lucky that there were weekend markets going on each time I went to one of these spaces. But there are also lots of random shops that you can like go into even when there are no markets. It's a really nice vibe, really nice atmosphere. And this is sort of the thing I want to do with our like little creative park, is that it's capturing that sense of like vibrance as like with the art and the random buildings that have been repurposed and just housing lots of like independent shops. And also actually, wait, let's bring this up again. On the way there, right, there was this linear park thing that looks like this. Here we go. So along the walk, it was just like a sunken river area that, let's actually find it. It's right along. It's this thing. No, wait. Yeah, here. So it's like a whole riverside walk that stretched from, I think it was around here. But you can walk along this whole thing. We showed it the last time, I think, on one of the streams as well. Ta-da! Yes, this thing. And then at night they have like all sorts of lights and things. I want to kind of blend the two ideas. So have a creative park, but also make it sort of like a linear green spine to make it work with the space we have here, which is that it's supposed to be a continuous green spine for the district, but also that it houses the creative park. So yeah. Okay, all the explanation done, we can actually begin. Oh dear, I feel like that needed so much setup versus like the previous times where I didn't really need to explain much. Benny loves that song. I was a bit meh about it, and then it's a earworm, so the tune stays in your head. And then now I'm just like, okay, cool. The canal turned pretty. Yes, so let's hope that we can achieve something similar. Once again, this is going to involve terraining, which is something that we are still learning in this game. Also, because there's going to be so much moving around, I definitely expect the game to crash at least once today. So, but let's get going. Yes, so in the meantime, how has everyone been? Have you been playing any games? What have you been up to? We had a dear Azzy streaming for 6 hours again today. Jeez. Playing Dinkum. Oh dear. Okay. You've actually been informed that he does not actually love the song. I'm just confused by the... So why do you play it many times, Benny? Okay, how do I lower? Let's go with... So, 10, let's say. Okay, so I'm gonna sink this area in first, for a start. And... then, let me bring in some paths. So the idea is, going with the whole kind of... Cubby Cliffs is the name that we've been doing the terrace, like, cliff, different layer thing. I want to keep it going here as well. It's just that this time it's sinking into the ground instead of going above it. So, like, just playing around with the idea of it being cliffs. So, let's see. Also, if anyone has ideas for, like, what direction they want this creative park to go towards, because I feel like each creative park we do should have a different theme. And we'll work with whatever existing props are in the game, right? But, like, because Cubby Cliff is supposed to be a musical themed area, we can go along that line with this area. So I'm starting with nice little curvy, like, paths that would kind of represent music, right? Because we mentioned this last time, but the Academy of Music's here. You keep going this way, up to the valley town, and then it feels like there is music heading towards the mountains, sort of thing. So I kind of want to go along with that with our design. I don't know how successful we're going to be. It's quite a narrow space. So we will see what happens. One of those times were auto-chosen by Spotify. Oh, I mean... so technically 2 times. Dun dailies do shopping? Should we? Oh my gosh. Any other shops that you want? Okay, so because as far as possible, I want to create our own like custom brands for the shops that we're going to repeat everywhere. So we can have like a competitor to Dun dailies, something like a convenience store as well. And then what else is common? A fast food chain. We can have like a cafe brand. Like anything your heart desires, basically. And then we'll see what we end up doing. Okay. So, for start, we have this as the road. I'm just trying to make sure that... Because, okay, my thinking when it comes to the way it's laid out, right, is that our district center transport hub thing is here, right? And we... Like, people walk down here and then they would walk here. So I would want whatever is developed in future here to be like a seamless connection where they can go from here down to here, and then potentially this little area could be like a nature walk as well. Because I'm thinking that this could be... Oh, I had a name for it, I don't remember it anymore, but I like how it's like a sunken green area, so I kind of want to keep it. So yeah, that's some thoughts and considerations when it comes to like what we're doing here. And again, I don't really know what shape we're going for yet. We will see. But I do also want to leave enough space so that we can have sort of like shops here and maybe on top of our little whatever random thing we're doing. I do not know what we're doing. Okay, let's see. And then increase it here. This is gonna look very messy for a start, just because, well, that's just the way this game works, I guess, is that there is a lot of messing around with the terrain to figure it out before you actually turn into something. I feel like we had the same... I felt the same way with this area. Like, when it first started, it looked like a complete mess. And... like, slowly as it came together, I've actually ended up really liking this area. I think this is the first time I've built something like this in City Skylines, like the layered kind of building situation. And not just that, but also a layered building situation that is functional. Because usually I wouldn't know what to do with the paths and things, but we figured it out, I guess. You see the vision? Okay, good, because that's probably all we're gonna see for a bit. The rest of it, it's a bit like construction in real life. It's like, in person, when construction actually starts, it will look like a complete mess. But as it comes together, it gets better. Oh my gosh. There's so much construction going on right now in Singapore because of our like train lines that they're building. We've had... Here we go again with our trains. We have we currently have 6 lines running in a space that's like... Oh, how big are... Like, I don't have a good comparison, but let's just say 6 train lines. They're building 2 more. And it's just like everywhere is a construction site at the moment, which is fun. So I feel like we're doing the same. It's just that ours involves a lot less dirt in terms of like non-grass dirt, because luckily with City Skylines, even when you mess around with terrain and stuff, it's still grass, so it doesn't look too horrible. Okay, here we go. Then... Oh, the save command didn't do it, but thank you. Look how many... Okay, yeah, so we stopped at, I think, maybe like 7 or 8. No, wait, when did we end? We ended the stream 9:40. So I stopped at like part 9, right? That's how many parts I've saved since, like in between the last stream, because I was working on the rest of the design. Okay, so 4, 1. We're starting again. Thank you, Azzy. The good thing is, the game also auto-saves about like every 10 minutes. So we should be okay. But yeah, fully expected to crash today, everyone. Even in my off time, the game has been crashing. Which is fun. Also, a region pack just dropped, so we've got new buildings again. And in a style that I feel will fit our city a bit better. That's so many. I feel like It's just because we play a lot of games that don't have named saves, or in fact there's just like a fixed save where you sleep the night and then it saves in that night. I feel like if we all had ways of tracking save files, I won't be alone here. Okay. Let me think. I did actually want to... Okay, hold up. Just adapting this concept a bit. Maybe instead of it going up. Because I did say I wanted it to be like the sunken riverside walk thing that I saw, right? Okay. While we're doing this, I was randomly looking at some new, I've been trying to discover new creators, basically. Because I tend to get into my rut of, watching just Ryanora. And that's why I was like, okay, yeah, let's just see what else everyone else is like playing, get to know some more people. Hopefully in a time zone that works for me as well. A lot of the problem is that everyone that like streams tends to do it in the American time zone, and then it's like I'm either not awake or about to sleep. So that tends to be difficult. But yeah, so then I came across Rai would be familiar. Rusty Champagne. I almost said campaign because that's how his channel spelled. And he was playing what was it? Chocolate Factory Simulator? Which I'm like, fascinating. I kind of want to play it now because I can just imagine there are so many stories that can be told about my childhood surrounding like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Roald Dahl as storytime books. Obviously, not gonna say it now because then that defeats the point of having a stream called Chocolate Factory Simulator. But yeah, so that game kind of looked interesting. What else? I don't know. It's been a lot. But that's the one game that stood out for me. It's like as a potential I might want to try that game sort of thing. Any interesting games everyone has seen recently? I know everyone's kind of obsessed with Hello Kitty. But for me, it's just been City Skylines, Dinkum, Sims. And then I've been watching a bit of Azzy's like Minecraft Forever World series. So that's been interesting. Once again, tempting me to get back into Minecraft, but I'm not sure yet. Okay. Not you, Azzy? I feel like you've, because you have, well, I mean, like 3/4 of your day is now spent creating content, so you have an excuse for it. I'm wondering whether to actually... Okay, hold up. This is gonna be... I think this is gonna be one of those projects that will take quite a while to actually see a vision. So it will be quite a mess for today. Okay. So if we have this, and then I remove this. Okay. Right. Sorry, there's gonna be some silence for today's stream because this is one of those... I've been not really doing this on stream, so the whole looking at something and then having to plan something has been something I like. How many times did I say something there? Has been things I've been doing off stream. But usually when I try and like create things, there's a lot of this kind of thing. It's just looking around and just thinking as to how to actually make it work. Dinkum Minecraft City Garden Harvest. Would you consider doing more? Or is that kind of what you're comfortable sticking with for now? Because again, the rate that you turn out and you churn out all of your videos, like, I do not know how you do it. You did that post recently, celebrating your first month, and it was, what, 120 videos that you posted? Like, and don't even say the whole like, oh, some of them were shorts. I'm just like 120 videos including shorts. is a lot. You've just been trying to catch up with everyone's streams, and that he is not good. Oh dear. Granny, how have you been, by the way? I know you've been posting some of your videos. I've been watching them as well. South Africa looks lovely. And I got so excited as well because I kept thinking that you were coming back on like the 20-something. And then I was rereading your Discord earlier and you were like, oh, I'm coming back on the 18th. So I'm like, yay! More Granny streams. I mentioned this last stream. Which is that I miss your streams. we need to have Granny back streaming again. You love the penguins. Which one did I see? I saw the first one that you posted. Let's look for it. Stony Point, I think? Was it? No, wait. Was there one that you did before that? I can't remember which one I watched, but I watched one of it. Clearly, memory is failing. Oh, what happened here? Richard, what happened? Oh, Richard's sick. Richard. Oh, I should say, by the way, since the last time, our poor Mo Mavison has passed on too, so we don't have any more citizens we're following anymore. So, we need to find more citizens to actually follow. Are you moving in? Transporting. Okay. Yeah, so we need new citizens to actually spy on. Maybe like, Maxwell Moreno, which we will add to the follow list. And let's see, who else do we have? Henry, Jerome. Everyone's sad. Why? River, let's follow River. Okay. Excuse me? Excuse me? Hold up. She is committing a crime. What are you doing? Where are you going? You're going to 22 Sycamore Lane, which is here, right? What are you gonna do? Okay, hold up. Distractions. You can't edit videos here, so they're a bit rubbish. No, it's okay, Granny, as long as there's you, as long as you're walking around, showing us life, the universe, and everything. Okay, River, you might want to rob a bit quicker. Let's go. The occupation is literally a robber. Okay, what are you doing? What happens when you rob? I've never seen it before. Oh, nothing? Okay. Well, you do you, River. Have fun. We will leave our local police department to deal with that whole situation. I do not know like what happened at all. Okay, so in the meantime, let's focus on our little creative park again. Hold up, let's delete this. I'm struggling to see the vision at the moment in terms of layouts. Because I need to accommodate the shops, or like the buildings, plus this whole terraced river walk thing. And right now I'm struggling to think of how to lay it out in this area, basically. Right, so if I maybe help myself a bit and bring in some net lanes again. And let's do large. So place this first. Do I even have a police department? I should have a temporary one. Let's see. Crematorium, medical clinic. Yeah, we do. We have one. No one's... no cars, no nothing. So, yeah. I don't know what they actually do, but we technically have one. Okay, so just gonna like block out this area so that I know that I need to keep that area clear, basically. They walk through walls, maybe they're unalive. I think so too. Maybe they're vampires. Maybe they're going to their vampire bar. Maybe they are doing all the things. Definitely. I'm thinking of saving that game for October. The one that Rai played. Because it kind of is slightly ridiculous in terms of the whole sense of humor and the concept of it. that I'm like, maybe that's something we try. Okay, I think I have a slight direction. Let us go. So I'm thinking the front bit could be a bit more of a square. That way we accommodate for, like the shops and things, right? Okay, that will do for now. Maybe even the shops can be sunken, but oh. Okay, the intention is this, and then flatten out this side. Okay, so then the sunken bit starts in this area basically, right? Then also, like, remember this that we were working on right at the end of the last stream? I'm thinking actually to use this concept and apply it to our creative park, because these small buildings sort of work very well. So let me just bring some here, right? So imagine we have these little kind of like almost like converted container buildings, and if I just bring another one, let's say, sorry to the caffeine coffee shop that we were building last time. Then then just like start stacking them and creating all sorts of funny container stuff. You know, I've never seen Law and Order. It was always just whatever was on TV, like free-to-air TV. Not that I would actually pay attention to what the show was about, but if the show happened to be airing, that was maybe the glimpse of which I caught. Okay, so container stuff, right? And then we bring in colors like these. So let's say mint first, and then, I don't know, like just go do white first. Okay. And as we keep stacking, it will like bring in lots of different things. If only I can remember where they're from. I think here. Benny's gonna have to call it here. No worries, Benny. Congratulations again for being first. And have a good rest of your day running errands. It's okay if you're actually going to see The Conjuring, by the way. Like, you can admit it. We won't judge. But thank you again for dropping by. Okay, but yeah, so let's layer it like this, basically. See, so something like this, and then I don't really like it that orange. So this could be the first of a few little, like, and we'll just pretend that they can enter from the inside to go up to the second floor, because we're not going to be able to actually realistically create something that would work. But so we have something like this, and then we'll just repeat it a few times. Find a decent sidewalk that looks like it belongs in a creative park. What's this? Sidewalk 15. What do you look like? Terrazzo sort of thing? We have... Okay. Mosaic. I don't know how I feel about these as creative flooring. In fact, I actually never noticed what flooring they used in the creative parks. I think it's just the road, honestly. So I'm just gonna use this for a start, maybe. And the floor apparently is not flat. There we go. Okay. Then we add more of these things. It would be funny if I put like a washing line just to make it an actual like place. Okay, but one thing I can consider adding is actually a lot of these like hedges and things, because the actual shops, right, have little courtyards in front, and then they were in their own respective walled areas. So there is technically a reason for me to use these things. The crazy paving is nice. Okay, let's stick with it then. It's just trying to come up with the, once you have that general concept and then you can just repeat it, life gets easier. Right now I don't have that concept yet. So there you go. Creator Crescent. Ooh. That's actually quite nice. Okay. Well, let me see how I can make it so that it makes sense to be calling it a crescent. There we go. Oh, I really don't know how I'm gonna bring this together. The shopfront area with the rest of it. But we keep going. We persevere. Okay, and then on top of this style, right, I want to bring in, it is a Japanese townhouse building? I was looking through, I think it's this one. Some of these kind of buildings, so it's slightly larger. But they could almost be kind of more like multi-story office thingies. Not office, but like just a few larger buildings on top of this sort of thing, right? Which one? This one would make sense because it feels almost a bit more like what I saw, right? Which is that there are some older buildings that kind of like blend in with the new. So let's go with this or something. Maybe this could be a former school or something, and then some of the buildings were left behind, and this could have been a courtyard or something. Actually, that's a potential direction, because we can then bring in the, I still don't know which one it's supposed to be. Decal. Oh, also I came across these things, like chalk mural things. So that could be another one that we... Okay, hold on. Let me place down. Net lanes, sidewalk, large sidewalk. Maybe not sidewalk, but path, concrete. Something that looks like floor. Not floor, but like road. There we go. Okay. So we have road here. Maybe just this central bit, or actually Creator Court. Actually, okay, yes, Creator Court makes sense. Creator Court. So is it like Creator Court Creative Park, or just the one area in this place is called Creator Court? Like it could be an attraction in itself, you know. And then we place down, where was it? Floor. There we go. So this area could almost be like a free to draw area. Everyone can just kind of create their own things. Okay. The chalk thingies look like playground drawings. They actually are. They're meant for I think school playgrounds. There could be a childcare center. Actually, yeah, maybe one of it could be a converted, like a repurposed area for like a childcare or something. Maybe in here. Ivy the judge. Oh no. Okay. We'll see what we will see. Can I change the roof color? Oh no, I don't think this is one of those that I can change. Oh no, okay, it's just the roof. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with, because the park I went to was blue, I'm gonna make the theme of this park kind of blue as well. If I can only figure out which ones. Okay, that one can't be changed, so that's fine. Court judge. Oh, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that one. Good job, Ezzy. Good job. Okay. At what point do we bring in the Fletch wanted poster again? Like, do we do that now? Is that is that something to consider? Okay, and then tennis court. What will make sense? Because, okay, tennis court, basketball court. Because the walking is there. I think these are too big, unfortunately. I would put them here, but I don't know that it makes sense. Honestly. That's too big. Tennis won't make sense because you wouldn't put it next to a road or next to buildings that close to each other because it will just create problems. Okay. Relaying, like rejiggling things again. Right, so... Okay, like this. So, it's almost like the former grounds of the school ended here. And then in front of it, they've actually repurposed maybe whatever used to be the road. To create like a little indie shop area, basically. So if I keep going with this concept, creating sort of a... Why are you sinking into the ground? Are they all sinking into the ground? Snaps to the surface of an object. No. Okay. Ta-da! And you could technically place this down in a line. It's just that right now, I don't know how far of a line I want it to be. So... Okay. It's actually kind of interesting because you're almost having to pretend that something exists first, build it, and then work around it to create something new, which isn't usually the case. Like, if this was real life, the actual building would have already existed and then you only adapt to what you see. Whereas here, I'm having to imagine the old building that no longer exists before I add things in. It's so confusing. So confusing, but okay. Oh my gosh, the terraforming! The terrain's messing up. Okay. Thank you, Rai. So, like, the picture I did for Monday Blues in your Discord, does that count? Because I did technically make that too. So what you're saying is that that looks good, right? I don't know why the moment I read you say Monday Blues, that was the only thing I thought of. Which is that, oh, you painted yourself blue once. Let me go get it. So yeah, that happened. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, then this is like almost adapted building sort of situation. And then this will be the boundary, because this is where... Oh, we've actually crossed the center a bit. Oh, do I like that then? Because, like, green spined in consideration here, right? The center is actually supposed to be where this building is. And... I don't know if I want something in the way there. Like, how do we feel about it being slightly offset? So the center's almost like this way and then you keep going. So it almost has to curve. Let me bring out a path. It almost has to do like a... this sort of situation. For you to continue from your central spine area here, and then you keep going. Do we feel like that's okay? Maybe? Not sure. Rai is stunlocked. She's sending you a voice message as we speak. I don't see anything coming in. I don't see anything. There must be like a poor internet connection or something. Like, it's coming. It's on its way. Just a matter of when. Makes it interesting. Okay. We'll try it. We'll try it. Wasn't what I envisioned for the area. But sometimes that's actually what creates like a more interesting final design. Maybe it also, instead of something too organic, I actually keep some straight edges for this area, so it's like a more angular sort of curve. Not angular, but more consistent curve. Math was my worst subject in school. On the subject of former schools being turned into stuff, right? Yeah, I'm not a numbers person. I did not enjoy the experience. And the only reason why I bring this up is because I think there was something in school taught about sine and cosine, sine, cosine, tangent sort of things. And that's what curves remind me of, is that whole experience in school. Also, let's say, look at that, one stream I'm talking about my geography experiences, the next stream I'm talking about math experiences. Old buildings always make things awkward. Yeah, but you see, culture, conservation, it has to make sense. I think it's okay actually. It bugs me a bit that it's not actually perpendicular. Parallel? Perpendicular. 90 degrees. Like, it's a bit offset to the side. Does that matter? Like, I'm specifically referring to this line, basically. This line. So this building is not 90 degrees. In fact, none of them are. Does that matter? Because you would think whoever took over the planning in the future would have been like, oh, that building is like on that slant. We will build accordingly with that slant. Sine, cosine, tan. Yeah, the three musketeers of the angular world. Those three. Okay, it does matter if you're OCD but not to anyone else. See, but if we think of it from a urban plan, like if this was a city council like point of view, would they have done anything about it? Because I actually don't really pay attention to this, but I have a feeling that in real life, a lot of things are not perfectly parallel or perpendicular. So, I don't know, like, if it was realistic, I feel like not everything needs to be exactly 90 degrees. And the reason why I'm doing the whole cover it with rock situation is that pathing, when you try and do it in this way, it gets a bit finicky. They will tend to join together, and then that kind of causes lots of issues and potential crashes in the game. So see, it's doing that. So I'm trying not to make them join together so that I don't have lots of weird like routing issues or paths to deal with. Okay, I'm just continuing the path for now, just to I have some sense of where this is going. Okay, I don't mind that actually. Weird shapes all the time makes the build less sterile. I think that's what my, like, thankfully, with after 10 years of playing City Skylines and stuff, right, is that I think that's where my style of building has ended up. Is that I don't usually build in grids in this game anymore. When I started, I did because it was just easier to know, like, okay, this block's gonna be this, and stuff. But I find that nowadays, I do a lot of this sort of like curvy things, which makes planning a bit confusing, to be honest. But I think when you figure it all out, the end result for the city is a lot nicer. Cities grow organically in real life. Yeah, that's true. And I think, like, if we're trying to base this off more of Taiwan than what I'm familiar with, which is Singapore, I don't think their, like, towns are planned as specifically as the way Singapore does it. Singapore has, like, there is a whole master plan that you can go look at online. It's publicly available. And then every single plot of land in this country has like a use case designated in it. They know what's gonna happen to it. Not to say that the end result is always perfect. In fact, a lot of times it's not. But yeah, there's a lot of that. I think in Taiwan, a lot of it's also more like adapting what they already have. So again, coming from an external point of view, I don't really know what the actual like urban planning system and culture is like there. But we're gonna go with what we think. Our hypothesis, if you will. Oh look, science. First math, now science. I think the important thing to stress, once again, is that, like, for me, this isn't a copy of Taiwan. It's just my trip there and then the whole, what do I like about what I saw? So I don't have to stress too much about it actually having to be, like, specifically what the real Taiwan does. It's more like a, oh, okay, we have that as a base in terms of inspiration, and then how do we adapt with it, if anything. What's happening here? Lots of weird path situations here. Oh no, the paths are joining. That's not good. I think they've actually joined. No! And I'm gonna have to redo the entire thing. It has joined. Terrible. Okay, that's fine. Not fine. Okay, not fine. I have to... Let's destroy it. So this is why I don't like to have the paths join. Is that it causes the whole thing where then I can't control like the different nodes. And that gets very annoying. So... Ta-da, ta-da. Okay. There. Lovely. And then over on this side, I think... at the moment I have it this way, I might want to adjust it a bit. So instead of it being a curve outwards, I want to do a curve inwards. Maybe. Or just like something a bit less dramatic. So let's see. Because the key for me is that I want to retain this view of the bridge, right? Being a very lovely kind of flowing, what's the word? Perspective? Angle? So as you're walking in, right, this gives you the sense of scale of like, oh, it's so spread out, there's like lots of space, nice and comfortable to walk, very nice and flowy. That's the feel I want. So because of that, the curves, how the thing curves matters. Okay. Something like that? What do I envision? Like, it's definitely an S-curve sort of situation. The question is, which way? So right now, this is like an inverted S, so it's going this way. And I'm just trying to think whether this way makes more sense. So the point of which it turns is more like where this green tree is. Let's try. do we see the vision? Like, do we have a sense of which works better? Because I don't right now. I'm confused as to which S-band works better. DD, hello, welcome in. Not sure if it's day or night for you. It is 8:22 p.m. for me. So basically, whatever time it is for Rai is the time for me. Yeah. So, how are you doing? Welcome into City Skylines 2. We are currently trying to build a city inspired by my trip to Taiwan. And we're currently struggling to figure out what to do with this park. So yeah. You like it? Okay. We're gonna keep it for now. We're gonna keep it, and then we will see how it keeps going. I think sometimes that's just the key. The key is to just keep going and not worry so much about how it looks in the present moment, because it can always figure itself out. I realized this recently because I was doing a... Oh, I didn't take a picture of it. I was doing a like painting for the car that we were talking about a few streams ago. Like 15-year-old car, had to say goodbye to it because of like government policy and stuff. It's 7:22 a.m. for you. Oh, okay. So wait, no, I'm not familiar with what exact time zone Riley's in. I just know that she tends to wake up around the time I end stream. So, well, good morning to you. Are you usually up this early? Like, is it for work or? I always get confused because we always have like people from that side of the world popping in halfway through stream. Some of them are like, oh, I can't sleep, so hi, I'm here. And then some of them are actually getting up ready to go to work. It's very interesting. Time zones are interesting. Okay. I think I like it. Like, it's nice and like spread out as well. It's 2:23 p.m. here in South Africa, so that is 6 hours behind, I think. 8:24. Yes. What have you been like? So what do you have been English? What have you been occupying your days with, Granny? Like, other than the fun little travels that you've been showing us? Like, is it just staying in the accommodation? Or what have we been up to? Fun stuff, hopefully. I'm also very curious because I used to watch this South African streamer, right? And they were explaining how in South Africa they had like rationing of the electricity. So sometimes they just can't stream because there's no electricity. I'm just curious whether that's a thing for where you are. Because can you imagine having to do that? I would not be happy having to only like use stuff certain times of the day. And then just not just that, but like from a productivity point of view as well, if you are like working and stuff, how do you like it's interesting. (11:24 p.m. here, and you've been going since wait, if it's 11:22 for you here, it means you've been going since 10 a.m. with your streams. 10 till, so that's 6 hours. 10 till 4? I hope you had your nap today, Azzy, because I don't know how you do it. So many. You normally wake up around 7 a.m. You stay at home mom with 4 kids you home. Oh, cool. Interesting. How is that, like, if you don't mind sharing, like, how's that experience actually? Because we don't get to homeschool at all here, in fact, in Singapore. Like, you could, technically, but you're still required to, like, they are very, very strict about you needing to follow along with the curriculum that the actual schools would provide. So, like, it's not very common that people would homeschool. And then once you reach a certain age, you can't even homeschool anymore. They will be like, okay, no, just go to school. Goodbye. So I always find it interesting when there's like that whole situation. They have recently changed legislation so businesses can generate their own electricity. Oh, good. Because that was a very odd, like, whole situation. Wait, so in the past, businesses couldn't even run their own generators and things? Or Am I misreading that? Because if you had a generate, okay, I'm gonna save. I worry that this is gonna crash my game now that something is joined again. Save, okay. Oh, this is annoying. I wish there was a way to stop it from doing this. Let's... There we go. Okay. Maybe the trick is to... Okay, no, I don't know what the trick is. I'm just like... How do I make it not connect to without it being too far away? And in conclusion, I don't know. There you go, just like this. Okay. Seems to work so far. You can pick your own curriculum. Each state in the US has its own rules about homeschooling. You're in Michigan. Oh, interesting. Michigan's the one that's shaped like a glove, right? Wait, or is that like a different one? I just know one of the ones that start with an M is shaped like a glove and is very cold. Right? It's like, clearly didn't learn much in that geography class that my teacher clearly was not like supportive of me being in. They were not allowed to run generators and use that. That makes no sense. So you're having to ration people because your grid couldn't generate enough electricity, and yet you don't let people be self-sufficient? What? I'm based in Singapore actually, so a little tiny island in Southeast Asia that you can't even see on the map, basically. And we are in like a similar time zone as... For some reason, we're in the same time zone as... Oh wait, no, not same time zone. We are in the same time zone as Perth. Yes, yeah. Oh, also that reminds me, wait, I read that Azzy said something about my I'm sorry for your loss in Melbourne or something. I forgot to reply to it. Wait, let's scroll up and see what did you actually say? No, I can't find the message anymore, but yeah, no. I always hear this whole situation of people having like not hating on, but people tend to not like Melbourne. Oh, you're talking yes, no worries. Singapore. Singapore. If only that was a song. Okay. We are in the mitten state. Okay, yeah, so it is alright. Read that in a book somewhere. Like I was reading a story in the past, and then that's how they described Michigan. So I was like, oh, okay, that's how I will remember it from now on. It's that state. Okay, why are you not flat? You've heard of it? Lovely. It is literally, in terms of weather, probably the opposite of Michigan. Hot, humid, maybe more like Texas. Although, I remember Sarah saying that Texas was snowing. Was that Shelly? Someone said Texas was snowing, and I just cannot visualize Texas snowing. Like, the only part of the US I've been to is New York City. And I was there... Oh wait, I guess pretty much around this time of the year, like March. So end of winter. Because it was a city, I feel like it wasn't that cold. And at least the subway was more pleasant because it's like... I wouldn't want to be in the subway in the summer. Because I can imagine all the smells, the sweat. Not fun. Melbourne is something not exactly our best foot forward with Australian cities. I didn't mind some parts of it. Like, I quite liked Harbour Town. But then again, I've not been to other cities in Australia. Like, I've been to Perth, but I was so young that I don't remember it. Lots of people have good things to say about Sydney. I really want to try their new train system. That looks fun. Okay. Snapping. My brain right now, it's like it's either build or chat, it's not both. Okay, so I just placed this path for now so I can actually flatten out the terrain. As you can see, the terrain does follow the paths quite well, so it helps with the whole situation of needing to... Ooh, well, I say that, and then it does that, so it helps with the whole needing to create like a flat land. Okay. Save. Again. What's everyone's favorite city? Just, it can be like where you're from, it can be a place you visited, it could literally be your hometown. I think I've been to a few cities that I really quite enjoyed. One of them specifically that's like, I just have a positive association with for some reason is Newcastle in the UK, like Newcastle upon Tyne. I went there for a semester when I was in, well, they call it Polytechnic here, which is a technical, I don't know, what's the tertiary education? Basically, I was like 18, 19. Doing, okay, diploma, there we go. Yeah, and then I was there for like 3 or 4 months. I actually really quite enjoyed it, because I quite like the UK anyway, and it was right around the tail end of like summer, so it was, surprisingly, there was sun, it was nice and windy. Once winter hit though, it was really gloomy, but those first few months were so lovely, and then we went to the Lake District as well when we were there. Oh my gosh, that was the most beautiful place I've ever been to. I do want to go back. Lots have changed in the UK since I went, I think, wait, was it before or after? It was the year that they decided to leave the EU, basically. And we'll leave it at that. It's -7 degrees. Oh my goodness. Also, thank you for the conversion to Celsius. That is very cold. I don't think I've been anywhere that's been that cold. Sydney's okay, I guess, the public transport's decent. Sydney trains are so much fun. Tap on, tap off. It's brilliant. That's most... Okay, to be fair. Like, I'm probably speaking from the point of view of someone who lives in a big city that is used to that. But if you're not from there... Granny, Riley, also wait, but we should be equally excited about Granny, but Riley, good morning, welcome in, how are we doing? Gosh, we're just talking about favorite cities here. If you have a favorite, which one is it? Okay, there we go. And we're also currently working on our little creative park. First, with a school that is now being repurposed into something else. Don't really know what to do with it yet. You're waiting for a good putty opportunity. Why? Is she how close? 10 away. Oh my gosh, Riley. It's happening. It's happening. You guess it would be Sydney, but you're out of love with it for a long time. And that's fair, that's fair. I feel like I'm the same with Singapore. Like... This... Which is weird, because from an urban planning point of view, technically this is the sort of city I should be really, like, inspired and excited by. But I think it's just the rest of living in a country that is... like... expensive, and I don't really want to get too much into it because let's focus on happy things, but yeah, like when you take the whole picture into account, I feel like living here for me, personal opinion, just me, it doesn't really fit who I am as a person, as in a way that maybe the impression of it seems, gives off. You've not been to the UK? You do love the Bahamas. Oh, I've not been to the Bahamas, so that's like a, can we swap? Can we swap? Like I'll go to wherever you've been, and you can go to wherever I've been. Granny enjoyed Dublin. Oh yes, Dublin was quite nice actually. So the thing that stood out for me about Dublin was that their tram situation went past the Guinness factory, and I was like, oh my goodness me, because again, Singapore's a small country, right? And then seeing how ginormous the tower blocks were, like the chimney things. And then we went to the Guinness factory, and I don't like actually drink, but we just went to see, and just like we didn't even go for the tours because it was too expensive, but we just looked around at the building, and that in itself was like, wow, crazy. And then there were parts of Dublin that were so nice as well. There was a waterfront sort of, okay, wait, Google our thing. Let's go. Swapping from one side of the world to another. Where is Dublin? Is it here? Wait, no. I always get confused which part of... Yeah, Dublin's here. Okay. I loved this area of Dublin. The river. Where is Primark? If you've not been to the UK or Ireland, Primark is wonderful. Like, is it this area? It might not be, but it's somewhere. It's along here. This whole area was so nice, and then you turn off it. I just need to try and remember where I stayed. It's been so long. Probably somewhere closer to here. But it's like, you turn off one street from this river, and then there's like a really small river that you walk along, and then that was the way to our, like, where we were staying, right? And it was so lovely. I cannot find it for the life of me, but... Do we keep going? Do I keep looking for it, or do I give up? I don't know, but it was such an interesting blend of modern, like, builds, but also with really old areas. Like, we went... it's been so long since I've been there that I don't have, like, the actual places that I went anymore. But in the daytime, we were along this sort of area, and then at night, we went along, like, we went to a bar or something, and then as we were walking, it was those old cobblestone areas with, like, nice warm light, and it was just so nice. Let's find the Guinness building, shall we? Guinness building? Guinness factory? I'm guessing it's this. Yeah, this... Oh, wait, it doesn't look that crazy in person, like here. Am I at the correct one? I don't think it's this. Like, where does the tram go? The tram... Oh yeah, no. The tram goes along here. And then... Okay, well, on Google Earth, it doesn't look as impressive, but when I first saw it, because we were taking the tram and it went around here, and I was like, whoa, this giant building. You have Primark at a shopping center. There's Primark in the US? What? I did not know that. We don't have Primark here. We have... Our equivalent of common clothing store is Uniqlo. We have Uniqlo, H&M, Muji, and Cotton On. So Cotton On's like an Australian one. Which, honestly, most people don't go to because their shirts are literally like toilet paper in terms of they disintegrate. But Uniqlo is good. Uniqlo's a really good one. I quite like Muji. And then, what other clothing stores are there here? Most people just go to Uniqlo these days. There is Zara, but that one's more like a fancy, if you know what you're doing with fashion sort of shop. Which I don't. I do not. You think of the Dairy Girls. I've never watched the Dairy Girls. I feel like I'm very ill-informed when it comes to pop culture. Like, what's the... Bring up random pop culture and see if I know it. That's gonna be a fun mini game. So everyone, bring up your most interesting pop culture fact, and I'll see if I actually know anything about it. There's about 30 in the US. Oh! Have they been there for long? Or are they new? Because genuinely, I did not know that they existed in the US. Okay, in terms of our little sunken area. I'm happy with the general profile, so I'm gonna leave it for now. And then let's come back to this old repurposed campus area. And like, let's keep going with this area. So, campus, we have this. I kind of want to do, because we have a space here now, right? I'm thinking that could be a cafe area, question mark. Something that's more like a flagship, maybe. Because you would want it to, if this is an attraction, you would turn in, and then like this could be a flagship building almost sort of thing. So let's look. You are absolutely shattered. No worries, Rai. Thank you so much for modding, for being here every time. Have a good rest. We look forward to your stream tomorrow. And don't forget, Monday Blues. We really appreciate everything you do. Okay, and now that the only mod that we have is gone, feel free to create some mischief. No. Oh dear. Okay. I need to find, like, what's a good building to put here? Because I want it to be something that fits the space, but also makes sense to have. Oh, it's gonna take some searching. Oh dear. Cracked you up work? Okay, good. I'm glad, because I was a bit like, oh no, is she gonna kill me for that? But again, it was what I could think of. Like the moment you said Monday Blues, that's what came across my mind. Oh, okay, wait, no. I think if we have this pack, right? So again, if you don't play this game, I'm using quite a lot of mods, so the vanilla game doesn't let you actually place down buildings the way I'm doing. But I have played this game for 10 years, and quite frankly, the vanilla way of playing it is really limiting for my liking. So I much prefer this way of building, which is that you can actually choose buildings to place down, and then like, because normally, you see all these squares that are on the road, this is how you place down buildings. You choose like specific styles or zoning things, and then it will just grow and spawn random things. But I don't really like that because it doesn't really give you a granular choice of what gets built. If that makes any sense. Oh, all our buildings are too big for this area. What do I put here? What do I put? We'll have to scroll and like keep looking. Education might have potentially some buildings. Urban playground. Oh, actually, wait. Let's bring an urban playground back. Is there anyone can fit it? No! We literally do not have enough space in this entire area. We need to do another creative park at some point. I feel like this park is a small one. And then, because again, for those of you who have not joined us, this entire map is available for building. We are focusing on just one area, which is here. So we definitely have more space to build things. I think this specific park was a bit too small for really going crazy. Trash site, tiny park. What do we have? Canopy covered parquet. Okay. I mean, we could always just do this. Or, okay, another option is instead of having one flagship building, why don't we do the market idea? Let's make a market. So if I place down some kind of repeatable... Okay, that works. Like just a simple big piece of road. Like some kind of big pattern that stretches this entire area. I would do... What do we have here? Okay, walkway. And bring this in. So there's a bit of variation. And... Which one, Azzy? Sorry? Wait, I lost track of which one you're referring to. Okay, once again, not parallel, it's okay. Oh, actually, no. Okay, I'll fix it a bit. Okay, then we bring in. Oh, I don't remember where it is. There are market stalls. Market stalls? They might just be props. Market stall. Very low. There we go. Okay, so we have these things. I don't think I placed any in this city, but essentially, you can treat them like little markets. Although, see, the problem with these ones is that they are actual functional buildings, which mean I can't actually... Like, they would want to be connected to a road for it to function properly, and that's a bit problematic for the way I'm building. Oh, actually, okay, while we're here, shop fronts, let's place down some... one by one. Oh, they're too tall. Because I was thinking we could place them down as actual shops and things. Okay, commercial high. Market? There we go. Okay, this works. Food stall, this one. So either this or this. Oh, that's kind of cute. I didn't realize it was that shape. Okay, so yes. So we can place down this. We'll place down a few first, and then we'll choose from them. And then let me look for more, and then place down the other options, and then we can adjust from there. Small plaza, no. I might have removed the mod that had more options, because there was a point where there were so many issues with placing things down in this game that I decided to remove everything. Yeah, I did remove it. Okay, that's fine. Right, so... the stalls are lovely, right? Yeah, there used to be more. I've unfortunately don't have them anymore, but it will do for now. It will do for now. Okay, so we place down the stalls like this, and place down some more. Okay. And just... so almost like a little market area, right? So instead of a stall, makes it feel more like a culture and creative park as well, if you will. Have a good rest of stream. You need sleep. No worries, Azzy. I'm guessing you didn't have your nap. Yes, have a good sleep. Have a good sleep. You had a long day today. Oh, here it is. Okay, we found it. It's these ones. The kiosks. But these feel too permanent. The food cart's still okay. Let's see, okay, I'll place some like this, maybe. Food cart. There we go. It's just a few. And Grammy, hello, welcome in. Good, I think it's morning, right, for you? Okay, so yeah, little kind of food market area. And then... oh, this reminds me, I did want to place this down somewhere. Okay, wait. We have to go back to that one. Where are the tables? Tables. Oh, actually, while we're here, dustbins make sense in a place like this. Here we go. And, here maybe? Where are the... it's such a struggle sometimes to find things. Here we go. Okay, table set 1. Yeah, so quite squeezy, I'll be honest. Don't think this is the best layout when it comes to things like this, but let's just say that there are places to sit and stuff. Should I even be putting circular tables? Maybe I should put benches instead. Okay. So yeah, making use of that space a little bit, and then as we keep going over here, we have more space. More space, more space. Gas heater. And then like the back of the school could be where we have more fun things, like a tennis court, like a basketball court. We do already have a basketball court here though. So outdoor gym, skate park. Oh, the skate park's too big. Otherwise, I would have actually considered that. Okay. Would a tennis court make sense? I don't play tennis, so I don't know how much space tennis actually needs, or how much protection around the area it would need. We do have options when it comes to that, but I'm just like, not sure. That looks cozy, very street cafe. Okay, good, lovely. I'm glad we have that. Also, on the subject of having things, I'm sorry you have pneumonia again, Grammy. Hopefully you feel better soon. Okay, I'm gonna move this a bit so that it actually continues on this way. So that at least there is another way to get to, like, the tennis area. Okay, and then let's say this is the standardized path texture that we use for the rest of this area. There we go. Okay, quickly brought things together, I guess. And then we'll align it so that it actually matches with the staircase going up. Okay. I quite like it actually. The only thing I'm feeling about it right now is that it is lacking color. Lacking color. Let's change that with a bit of bright pink. And oh wait, wrong one. Nice visual, like, right options. Although, is that too much? now I feel like it's gone a bit too far the other way, which is that it's too colorful. Like, that chair now actually makes me think of Granny's chair. That old special chair that we had. Okay, a food cart makes sense to be, like, nice and red, right? And I might even... Should I put down signs? Bright pink and lime green. See, the organizers of the market don't get a say of which tent. Okay, maybe it's yellow. Yellow might make more sense. Because you can imagine the whole kind of carnival atmosphere, right? Where there's all sorts of random things happening. Ooh, game saving. Okay. All sorts of different things happening. And then they don't really know, like, who is attending what. So there will just be different stores that appear. And you don't realize it, but oh, two colors clash and then it all goes wrong. That's sort of the atmosphere I'm going with here. For this creative park. There may be more curated ones in the future. But this one, let's say it's run by a less experienced organizer. How about that? Does that justify the design choice? I do also need to figure out what to do with this. How do I connect this? Needs to be one of the first few. But it turns it into... Okay, if there is a way that I don't snap them together, that will work. They need the color police. They do. Unfortunately, the color police is at a different creative park, which we will... Maybe that will be another park that we do. It's like you know how there is... I don't know if this is a universal concept, but I know Japan has it, where you get to you like kids get to try all sorts of like real jobs, and it's an actual activity day that you can go and like play with. And then we could do one of the parks where it's like, oh, you get to experience being a police officer for a day, and then like, or firefighter, and like things like that. This looks so much more detailed than the first City Skylines. In terms of stuff you get to place down, Grammy, or like the graphics of it? Because I will say, this is not the vanilla way of doing it. A lot of it is actually added on as like mods and things. So if you were to play this game as it's meant to, you can't do all of this, is what I will say. But I do feel that City Skylines 2 has a lot of potential. Like, they are a bit behind with features and stuff that they are meant to be adding, but I have been really, really enjoying this game regardless. So I don't mind. And now that every so often there's new region packs coming in, like buildings are coming in. Yesterday we just had a region pack that dropped. There's so many more things that keep coming in now, and I feel like this game is still so fresh that there's so much to do in it that I love it. Building looks a lot more detailed. Yeah, it is. I think as well, they came up with City Skylines back when they were very, very like under the radar sort of publisher. Not anyone really like, what am I saying? Not really, like, it wasn't really known. And then that was around the time that SimCity kind of collapsed as well, because EA came up with like a rebooted SimCity. It didn't do well. People complained that there were no features. It was really small and all that. And then City Skylines came out, and like everyone started playing with it. Then people started developing mods for it, and it blew up basically. And so with City Skylines 2, they really took that like energy and created a whole game where there's so many more things at play here. I think first of all, there is the whole like modular system where when you place down a service building, you can then add on things to it and just like attach it to a building, similar to how SimCity did it. But that didn't exist in the first City Skylines. So you just had to keep placing down the same building multiple times if you needed more, like say school capacity and things. And then just the way that all of the simulation details are just so much better laid out and thought through. Like, it feels so much more polished than the first City Skylines, which honestly was quite rough. Like, the music in City Skylines 1 I did not enjoy at all. City Skylines 2 is actually quite okay. Except the main menu, I do not like the main menu music. Okay, I think the color police has arrived, and they do agree that I think the colors are a bit all over the place in this area right now. So let's standardize it a bit. Maybe let's make it shades of like blue and gray, just for now. And okay, net lanes again. I'm gonna mute very quickly. I'm just gonna take like a quick drink. Because my throat is dying. Okay. And we're back. Oh, the color police actually like the mint green. Should I put it back? I can put it back. I thought it was too, like, I worried that it was too contrasty, so I thought to change it, but if we like it, I will put it back. Okay, you know what? No, we won't even wait for the opinion. We are putting it back. What was it? Oh, I should have saved it actually. There we go. Not so sure about the mission. The color police has many thoughts. Let's... Okay, we'll go with all white first, and then we'll oh wait, no. Okay, here is our first idea, people. So, right now, our buildings are all a bit drab and dry, right? But I forgot we have this option. Let us bring up our good old decals, however you pronounce it. And, are you ready? Ta-da! Ta-da! What shall we, like, I'm gonna put this as the, which one shall we do? Okay. Look at that! Look at it. It is so cool. I am so happy that this exists in the game. So basically, these are like decals that people have invented. Or like invented, they've designed, right? And they uploaded it into the game. Now you just get to put it on buildings. Oh, I actually really like that. Yeah. No. The color police needs to continue giving opinions. We value the opinions of the police. So look at that. Like, it's so cool that you can do this now. So we're gonna have some of this, right? Gonna fancy up our little like reused buildings. There could be artwork on this side. Oh, I feel like that's very lovely, like a whole mountainy look. Right? I think that works. And we just keep it going here. Okay. And so the whole like creative park concept is something I want to keep going in our city. So this is just one of a few creative parks, right? And then we can keep applying this sort of concept moving forward with our other creative parks. Ooh, I don't know how I'm going to place this. This one might just have to be plain. I think that's fine. That's okay. Oh, actually, no. Maybe, because this one already has a mural at the front, right? Like here. I will put the mural behind, so that at least when you're coming in from here, you get to see some artwork as well. So that's this one. Oh, I just wish it joined it better, but it's okay, we'll just say it. That's limitations of the game. Not an issue. Oh. Yeah, we'll just pretend that actually aligns properly. And we won't say anything. No one pointed out, and then no one will know. And then life goes on. Oh, each time the game kind of does that little freeze thing, I don't know if it comes across on stream, but when it does it for me, I keep worrying that the game's about to crash. Because last time we did this on stream, it crashed twice in 3 hours. So I was so worried that with all the detailing we're doing today, it would have been the perfect recipe for it to crash. It probably still will, but so far, thankfully, it hasn't. Okay. Oh, also, I wanted to put some of these props. Right, so these are actual industrial props, but you know the whole cultural park, fun art sort of thing? I was thinking, this could almost be like a little artwork. Or photo taking area, if you will. So at least there was that. Let's just imagine there was a wall there previously that they didn't know what to do with, so they got some artists to stack some fancy, I don't know, like cans together, if you will, and a few like other color ones as well. So, oh my gosh, rainbow cans! Maybe we can do that. So green. We need orange somewhere. Let's put orange here. And do we have any like crates that people can sit on? So you could almost... Oh, these are too big. Okay, let's do park. So then, okay, this is new. This is like... Oh, but it's too big. Oh, we'll just have to use one of these, I guess. Okay, no, change of plan. No sitting down. Instead of sitting down, they will... Yeah, there's all of this as well. Oh, we can put these in different places. Oh. Okay, yeah, we're putting that there for now. Why not? Why not? And... these rocks are too big. Oh, I know, I know. The industrial ones had... Was it industrial? Something had like... this thing. The rubble pylon thing. So, these are too big, but... let's say there used to be a building here or something, right? So... like, maybe there was the security post or something, and then they just left a pillar there. And the good thing is, the pillar can be painted as well. So... ta-da, let's just go with this. When you said it crashed, the game crashes or the stream crash? The game crashes. That's one problem with the whole, like, me playing the game the way I do, which with a lot of mods, is that it crashes a lot. It does crash a lot, so yeah, it's something to be mindful of when playing this game, is that if it crashes, you have to wait for the whole thing to reload again before you can continue playing on stream. That is too big. I need to start making some of my own decals, I think, to fit this area. Just some random... I don't... Is that a bit childlike for what it's meant to be? I'm not sure, but it's okay. There is also this. Okay, wait. While we're here, I want to place this here. It's almost like a little tunnel towards... so it's almost like a little landmark, almost. Although, maybe not here. Maybe it's further down. We'll have to see. Oh yes, Grammy, we are using it. So many mods. so many. It's terrible. You still only have it on PlayStation, so you don't know how detailed it is on PlayStation. Oh, City Skylines 2, unfortunately, has been delayed indefinitely for console. I think their plan was to allow for mods, because they came up with their own independent mod database thingy that wasn't tied to Steam or anything. And I'm guessing they did that so that they could actually just put it anywhere they wanted to. But yeah, the game has been... I think this game might be a bit much for console to run. So they're probably struggling to optimize it. But yeah, they did announce that like it's delayed until further notice while they figure out what to do with it. Which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, when City Skylines 2 first came out, like from the point it was announced, I think they did such a good job with the announcement of it, the whole like release hype and the introduction of all the different layers of how the game works and things. Having been in the whole space of The Sims and stuff, I just like, I've seen how horrible like announcement things can be, and they did a really good job in that sense. The problem was, as they got closer to the release of the game, people were starting to question like, okay, what sort of computer do you need to actually run this thing? And they were being a bit like iffy about it. And I think from that point on, the whole communication thing went a bit like eh. But yeah. And then since then, they've just been so, I don't know, there's been so many things. Like, if you actually look at the Discord and things, a lot of people are not happy with this game in terms of the progress of it, and there's supposed to be like custom assets that can be included in this game. Right now, it is not ready. People are not happy about that as well. So, yeah, but for me, I play, like, I still feel like there's so much to do in this game. I enjoy playing it. Just the idea of doing all of this. And this is before an asset editor. Can you imagine when it actually comes out as well? The fun that it's gonna create for everyone. So yeah, like, I acknowledge what everyone says about, like, the shortfalls or what's happening. But I also feel like I'm enjoying the game, and I think that's all that matters. I think sometimes when you play games and things, that's because nowadays everything is connected and online, right? So it's, you hear people's opinions will be everywhere, but it's ultimately also a case of, do you enjoy the game? If you enjoy it, play it. Like, remember back in the day when you have your little CD-ROM and then you just like install it on your computer and you just enjoy the game, regardless of like whether or not you even know what other people think about it. Because it was its own isolated experience, and if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Like, it doesn't matter, right? Nowadays, everything's online, everyone has an opinion, and it's nice to have the community, but the downside is also that sometimes the opinion kind of skews your experience of a game. Which I think there can be a bit of both. It's like, have a nice community, and have your own little space to enjoy what you do. Okay, speaking of enjoy, I actually quite enjoy where this is going right now. I do want more colored flooring, or like, more color in general right now. It's feeling very grey. What's this? Edges. Okay. The only issue is if it crashes a lot. Yes. More optimizations needed. I would say a lot of the crashing comes from the mods. So it's not, to me it's like I choose to take that risk by playing a very mod heavy game. Because that's just the way I enjoy a game, right? But the actual vanilla game shouldn't do that. So, yeah, but definitely optimization. A lot of people say that there is a, like, I don't even know what you call it, some kind of ray tracing thing, DLSS or something, and that's not done very well in this game. I had to, like, do a manual patch to make it look slightly crisper. Like, I could never see the detail on the fencing here until I did that patch, and it felt like it was removing Vaseline from my eyes or something. So now it's quite clear, it's quite nice. But the actual game, when, let's say we have anyone walking around, when we have, oh, there's so many people walking around. Do we see some of the ghosting that's happening? Also, what's with your posture needs help, my dear. Like, do you see a little bit of the hazing that's happening around people? Like, it's actually quite okay now. Sometimes I notice it. But yeah, it happens sometimes in this game. You think all creators should play games they enjoy? It makes better content. I do agree. I do agree. And City Skylines is definitely one of those games that I will just lose my entire day in it. Like, the experience of playing it on my own is slightly different from on stream, because on stream, there is that pressure to, like, at least commentate on what you're doing. Whereas when I'm playing on my own, it can be hours of just sitting here quietly, like, designing things. But what I have enjoyed about, like, this whole series so far with building on stream and things is that the whole, like, everyone's involvement in creating the ideas for this city as well. Like, as he came up with the name Cubby Cliff for this district, and then we had, like, all sorts of different things as we progress as well. Like I mentioned earlier in stream, right? We can do custom shop names now. Like, I created this banner, so we can come up with all sorts of funny things. Where is it? I have to bring this up again. Decals, here we go. You can do things like this in the game now. So, if you've seen Fletch, potentially on Dinkum, please let Interpol know, because they are searching for her. So yeah, you get to do things like this now, basically, and it's that sort of inside humor that I wouldn't have been able to do on my own. So yeah, overall, been enjoying it. Like, we mentioned this on I think it was the last City Skylines stream actually, which is that City Skylines is definitely a slow game, right? Like, there's no getting away from the fact that when you build in this game, it's gonna take a very long time. So from a streaming point of view, the worry is always whether that is engaging for people. Because there's gonna be, I feel like, especially with this is the first episode we've had in the series, right? Where I feel like I'm having to spend a lot more time just quietly looking and doing things versus holding a conversation. And the worry from a streaming point of view is whether or not that is actually interesting for people. Everyone seems to say it's okay, so I'm trying to just, like, put that aside and be like, okay, commit to it and build. But yeah. Okay, I think the path does help. So it almost gives you a few options to walk around this area now. Benches, maybe? Hold up. I sense a hole, like, it might crash. Let's save. Okay. Then... oh my gosh, having to remember where things are as well is terrible. Here, okay. Garden bench, upright. You enjoy watching things, watching me figure out? Thank you, Granny, I appreciate that. I think because over time as well, I've started watching a lot more streamers that exist in that space of quietly creating as well. Because when streaming wasn't really a thing, right? We would all be basing things off videos that people put on YouTube. And with a pre-recorded, pre-edited video, you would usually spend the entirety of it talking, right? Because that's just like, when you have the freedom to edit things out, most people would. But streaming is a different format where you're live the entire time. So if you wanted to be talking the entire time, you talk the entire stream. And I think as I start coming across more of these, like, you know, streamers and chill kind of cozy vibes and things, and where it's a space where you just create, you just play, you're not worried about constantly talking, you realize that actually maybe it's okay to sometimes just not speak on stream. And I'm still getting used to that. I still feel like I pressure myself to, like, talk the entirety of stream. But sometimes I have to remember that it's okay to not talk as well. Which is very ironic because I feel like I'm actually an introvert off stream. So, like, making videos and being on stream is my one time I'm this chatty. So, Grammy loves building in games. It is so fun. Like, it's so therapeutic almost. And I think to have a space to share that with people who feel the same way is very nice. Although I say this now, like, I genuinely don't really know what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm just wandering around the catalog to see what I can add, and then just adding it. Narrow, low, okay. I think the sculpture is gonna go somewhere else. I don't feel like it belongs there. So over here, we have a new little square that we can make use of. And... okay. Did you play the Plus Planet Coaster? I did actually. I do have that game. It's... Planet Coaster is an interesting one for me, because I love the concept of the game. And I think it's such a... the possibilities and what it can create is amazing. But I also maybe feel like, for me, I think it's a bit too complicated for me to truly engage in the game. And that's why I don't really do it. Because whenever I play that game, I will sit there being like, okay, I know that the tools allow me to create lots of things, but right now I do not know what I'm supposed to be creating. Pop. So, I love the game. I love the concept of the game. I think the developers did a really good job with it. It's so nice to have like a roller coaster style game again. But I find it very difficult to stay engaged with. So, yeah. Like, the furthest I've gotten in that game is maybe playing like one of their challenges. So you start with a pre-made park and then just adjust it. Right, that's sort of where I'm good with for that game. But starting from scratch, I would have no idea what to do. Have a great rest of your stream. No worries, Didi. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day. And we'll see you soon. Building tools are a bit difficult in the game. It is, yeah. But again, it's a case of... I'm also glad that it exists, because for people who can take advantage of it, the possibilities of what they can create are crazy. Snap upright. Let's do this. Because it's like, I kind of mentioned this the last time Planet Coaster was brought up on stream, but to me I feel like it's not so much an issue of removing those really good tools, right? But more, if there was a simple mode where people who aren't as crazy into the whole making the wildest creations, right, have a way to easily create things, I think that would be better. I feel like right now that touch isn't there. Like, I still feel like it's a bit too overwhelming. I do know Planet Coaster 2 is now a thing. I haven't looked into it specifically to know whether that has changed. But for my experience in Planet Coaster 1, I felt very lost most of the time and I didn't know what to build. I do not remember what tile I used. I think it's this one. You've done sandbox mode from scratch and designed lots of parks. Oh, cool, cool, cool. And you do it on console as well? Or did you do that on like PC? I have to say, anyone who plays this sort of like creative game on a controller, hats off to you. I do not know how you do it. Because it's like, I am definitely a keyboard and mouse sort of person. The only games that I would play with a controller are driving games, because then I feel like it makes sense to have the ability to adjust your throttle, your steering, things like that. Yeah, but creative games, I do not know how I would do it. So on console, oh my gosh, see how. Incredible. Okay, again, muting mic. Okay, we're back. You will eventually get your PC repaired. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Just a matter of when, not if. It will happen. Okay. Oh, and there goes the game. See, this is what I mean by the game crashes. Okay, let's get up our this window capture for the time being. And then I will... 9:30... How long have we been going for? Yeah, let's just reload the game. Then we'll quickly like wrap up and see what we've done. But yes, this is what you need to prepare for with this game. It happened on our previous stream. And at the moment, it's sort of random in that I don't know what specifically causes it. Because if it's a diagnosable issue, then I know just like, okay, if I'm moving something, it's gonna cause that. I suspect it's the Move It mod. Because in the game normally, you can't just freely move things around, right? But there is a mod that allows you to do that. And it's in beta. So it might be that. Okay, but while the game reloads, let's just quickly roam around our city of inspiration, which is Taiwan. And I want to look at a few of the creative parks in Taipei specifically. Because there were a few that each time I'm there, I keep saying like, let's visit it, and then we don't. Creative Park? Blueprint Park? I don't know what it's called. Oops indeed! Oops indeed. Oh dear. Why couldn't it have crashed like at the time that I wanted to end stream as well? So it could have been a perfect like, oh okay, I'm done with stream, goodbye. No, it had to be at this weird timing where I'm like, okay, there's technically still time. But okay. Where is it? Creative Park? This thing, okay. So I wanted to go to this creative park. I think it looks like it used to be an industrial building or something. Look at the facade of this. Crazy. Like, it's all creeping vines. So all of these, like, this sort of disused buildings that get repurposed. I love that they have so many of these. And there's always this sort of overgrown tree as well. In their creative parks. Okay, lots of random art. I don't know what that is. Flowers. Greenery. Minion? Okay. They say you can use the keyboard and mouse on PS5, but you haven't tried it. Oh, okay. How though? Like Bluetooth? It would be good. Okay. Don't see much of the Oh, hello, Snoopy. Don't see much of the inside, so I don't really know what else happens here. Central Art Park. Okay, what's in here? Okay, so the one we saw earlier was a continuation of that. I don't see much art. This looks more like... Oh, okay, there's some art. Yes. Yeah, it looks kind of small, I will say. You've been practicing building in LEGO Fortnite Odyssey the last few days? Ooh, interesting. There's so many LEGO games and things now that I've lost track of which one's which. There was once I played LEGO Harry Potter on, like, back when I was making old gaming videos on another channel. I did a few episodes of that, got bored of it, and then stopped. Okay, any other creative parks in Taipei? Let's see. Oh yes, this one. This was another one that I keep meaning to go to and then never end up doing. And this one's interesting because it is like a courtyard sort of situation. Oh, I really should have gone there Design Museum. I would have liked that. This looks interesting. Ooh, it's quite cool at night as well. Oh my gosh, what's this? Cat. Lego Fortnite Odyssey is free to play through its Fortnite game. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, interesting neon lights for Pokemon. Is it easy for English speakers to get around Taiwan? Oh, very easy. Their signage is actually all in English. So the metro signs. Let's find an entrance to... let's go to Ximending, which is like the shopping area. Where is it? Do I even know where it is? Oh, apparently they don't... Why is this not... Oh, okay, no. I think it's because the government office is here, so they don't want to make it too, like, obvious. Let's say... the main station's here. Oh, let's just Google this. Metro entrance, let's say. So, all of their signage is like this, where there is like English underneath the like Chinese characters. But yeah, there are announcements in English. There are like people that can help you. We did find that the people, like, they don't speak English very well, is what I would say. Like, their English abilities are not great, but they are more than willing to help you, and they, like, you can kind of figure it out in broken English even if they can't speak it perfectly. Google Maps works perfectly around there. So I think overall you'll be okay. Like, what I really loved was the hospitality. So if they know that you need help, they will try their best to help you, I feel. At least that was from my experience. I don't want to just generalize and say everyone would do that, but yeah. So, okay, let's save. You've inspired me. You're thinking of taking your granddaughter. Oh, interesting. You think she'd like Taiwan? If you do that, let me know how it goes. And if you need like help or like tips of where to go and things, let me know. I think that would be cool. I do hope that they will enjoy it as well. Because my worry is that now I sell it too hard and then like, oh, in the end someone else doesn't actually enjoy the experience. Now I feel so like disappointed about it. Okay, but in summary, actually no, okay. Well, in summary in 10 minutes. It's a bit too early to be in summarying in. Okay, let's see what else we can come up with before we actually wrap up. Maybe I will say though, one thing about if you do want to travel there, don't go in summer. I've been told it gets very hot. So like from April, May till October, I've been told is not a good time to go there unless you really like the heat. Because I was told by the locals that the heat is really searing and like hot. Like the sun is harsh at that time of year. Oh, look at that! I love how the greenery actually helps a lot with this. Your granddaughter does amazing anime and she is an amazing artist and would love to visit Hong Kong. Oh, okay, interesting. You could go from... Oh, wait, no. I'm not too sure what the logistics are for... I think if you are an international visitor, it's okay to travel between Taiwan and like mainland China areas. You might have to check a bit, but I think that might only apply to locals. Because I remember someone telling me something about how like if you are in Taiwan or like China, you can't like go directly, you need to go through a third country. But I think that's probably a local like situation. So yeah, just check on that before you... Because if not, you can go from like Taiwan to Hong Kong and things. Your favorite area of the city, like this arch thing specifically or the park we've done so far? I think my favorite area is... Like, okay, the park's turning out to be quite lovely, right? But my favorite view is... Like, there's two. One is this one. Because there's like the whole... The trees don't look as nice as I feel like they were in the past, but this whole street going down, the small street, right? And this view. These two views so far are my favorite. Yeah, do we see the slight ghosting of the guy? Like, it looks like he's like giving off stench or something. That's what I mean by the graphical situation. Oh, wait, sorry, Grammy, Look, this is what happens when both of your names look almost the same. I thought what Grammy said was what Granny was applying, like, to the whole Taiwan thing, so I connected them together. Sorry, they're separate things, okay? My apologies. Okay, yeah, then disregard what I just said about the whole, like, going from Taiwan to Hong Kong sort of thing. I'm just glad it's not Grammy Q Does Gaming, because can you imagine? Both of your names together. In fact, when I first heard about Grammy and Granny on Rai's stream, I thought you all were the same person. The part I've done today, thank you, Granny. I think it's turned out very well, actually. Like, more curvy than I was expecting in terms of this area. But I love how this little campus has turned out. Wasn't in my plan. I thought we were just going to place some random buildings and call it a day. But it's quite cool, actually. And then, I like this archway thing. I'm wondering, wait, let me try. Should we tweak it? My next question. Because in Sims, this works well. I think it won't. It doesn't work very well because it's 2x2. Hold up. What do we think? I think I like it all aligned. Looks better that way. Also, the tricky thing is that it's fall in my game. And so because of that, I can't tell what color my plants are. Like the plants that I'm placing down. I have no idea what color they are. Come summer, we will see if we've accidentally caused the color police to come after us again. But for now, we're gonna go with everything's orange. And I think, like, I love the colors of autumn and fall. It's such a nice kind of like soothing, soft orange sort of look. Which we don't have here. In Singapore, everything's always just like bright green. Super bright everything. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Lovely. I think it would be very helpful as well that we keep reserving like green open spaces as part of our city, because and we experienced this a bit with the district center, right? Land that might look empty now will eventually have buildings on it, and then things might start feeling a bit like squeezy and suffocating. I actually regret that I didn't leave enough space for potentially expanding this road as well. Like, it could have been a 2-wide lane, because I'm realizing now this is a lot of buildings to accommodate like 1-lane roads. So we will see if that causes traffic issues in the future. We're still going very slow with our city, so we don't have the long-term effects of our planning decisions seen yet. Because like transport's not really a big part of our city yet. It will be. Do you pause the time in-game while building? It depends. On stream, I don't think I have been, but off stream, I would. Because sometimes, and if you don't use mods in this game, right? When you start placing down all these grids, and then like things build up, it's tricky to see what you've done. At the same time, like on the flip side, if you don't have the buildings built up, you can't visualize whether you've done something correctly. So yeah, it really depends, I feel. Traffic issues were a big problem for you in the first City Skylines. Yeah, it's a big part of this game if you're playing it normally. I'm prioritizing more of the design instead of the actual gameplay, so we will see what happens with traffic. But you will definitely have a lot more traffic if you actually play the game how it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm just placing flowers in all sorts of random places just to populate it. And I'm trying to just get used to this idea. Because every time I play this game, I keep thinking that that's not how it's done in real life. And then I've been trying to observe recently how it is done in real life so that I can apply it to my game. And turns out, they genuinely just like put random things together and it looks fine in real life. So now I'm trying to give myself grace. To be like, yes, they do it like this in real life too, you can do it too. Like, it won't look weird in the game. So yeah. that's where we're at with trying to landscape. I think the nice part about this as well is that, oh, I actually really love this view. The best part is, when trains start running, like as you walk here and things, you will get the whole view of this area, plus the trains going by, and it will be so cool. I actually really love this arch. Like, I think that's maybe the favorite, my favorite part of this city so far. Like, the specific attraction, or the specific design thing, that would be it. And then from this view as well, you can come down here, and then the trains will be going by. The height difference as well, the contrast between down here and up there is so cool as well. Very happy with it actually. Hooray, hooray. So hopefully, because again, if you went around when I was explaining my idea of this, right, is that I envisioned this entire area, this thing, to be a green spine that goes from like the hills here, through Cubby Cliff District. It will keep going, and then eventually I wanted to actually link up all the way to this area, which is the city center, so that way there is a continuous kind of like parkway that people can explore from like one district to another. So this is the one for Cubby Cliff, and then in future there will be other ones for each specific aisle, and I think that will help a lot with keeping things green and interesting for our residents. How's our residents doing, by the way? Like, let's just quickly check on them. River, are we still a robber? River is still a robber. What are you doing? Oh, and it crashed again. Okay, well, I guess that's... River didn't want us to see her robbing, so I guess that's where we'll have to leave it. We can't see any more robbery. But yeah, okay, so we are actually going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us today on this episode of Montai City. I hope you enjoyed the whole process of watching me trying to figure out that park. Because that was interesting. Now, a few things schedule-wise. I won't have a stream this Saturday. We're doing our like every other... like I've decided it will be every Tuesday, every other Saturday for the time being. So this week, there is no stream on Saturday. And then next week, my Tuesday is a bit of a question mark right now because I have a meeting in the afternoon and I don't know if I'll get back in time. So depending, oh wait, let's do this. If you'd like to stay up to date with our plans, feel free to join our Discord and I'll announce it when I know how my schedule is going to be. It's going to be a last minute thing though. So if we don't come back on next Tuesday, we will come back next Saturday. So yeah, in the meantime, hope you have a good rest of your week. I will see you whenever I next stream, I guess. But stay safe, stay well. Thank you again, and I will see you around.